been a day, guys. We got to San Juanico last night and I felt so bad this morning. I ended up sleeping, I think, until like 3, 4. I mean, not really sleeping, just laying there. My head was pounding. I felt super nauseous. I couldn't barely even get any water down and just felt very hot. It was weird. No cough or anything. I was just pooped after just so many days of not sleeping. My body just was like, you're not doing anything today. I think I was like trying to straighten out some lines, and that was like the hardest thing I did. I was like, this is so hard. And then Connor and I started feeling a little bit better. Connor and I ate an orange, got some vitamin C, and we just took the dinghy first to go check out all the surf spots, see what's working, so maybe we can go tomorrow. And then we went to the beach and went for a lovely walk.
Well, we got wheels on the dinghy, but I really wish I would have brought a dirt bike too. Looks pretty fun.
I wanted one, but
we could have put one on the davits.
We'd have to build other davits.
Dirt bike davits.
Why is my phone all wet, Connor?
Oh, Malvina had the brilliant idea to surf a wave in on the dinghy. And of course, I jumped at the opportunity.
Our nose dug in and literally just a wave just swept into the boat and our phones were just hanging in water.
They're both waterproof. Hopefully. Always a good idea to rinse it with fresh water after. Yeah. But I have gotten this phone wet in salt water at least 4 times and it's always come back just fine. We're rich. Malvina found $1.
$1.
That's my dollar.
That's my dollar.
I left it right there in the morning time. Ooh, $1. Looks like things are looking up for me.
Things are looking up for me. Walk, and now we're feeling a little bit better. Just made some tea and waiting for Connor to come out so we can enjoy the sunset here. What? You keep having nightmares?
I keep having nightmares that we're underway when I'm sleeping because it's been so rocky. And I hear the wind going and I'm just like, who's watching? Who's on watch right now?
He literally gets up like all panicked. Oh my gosh, what's happening? I'm like, you're dreaming.
There's a sail flying.
Oh my gosh, but literally we did not share this because we weren't filming. But we did try to get the spinnaker down. We were just trying to jibe yesterday. And then all of a sudden, look how tangled up it got. And it got stuck up there. We couldn't get it down. I like released the halyard. It was just completely, the sock wouldn't come down. The sail wouldn't come down.
So we do outside jibes on the spinnaker usually. Which means we run the other sheet on the outside of the forestay and let the spinnaker fly long out in front of the boat and then pull it back in to jibe. And yesterday, for whatever reason, I swear we did the same procedure, but the sail wanted to come on the inside, so then it ended up getting wrapped around the whole forestay. And yeah, then when it was time to retrieve it, which was shortly after that because it was all tangled up, then we couldn't get anything down. And then we, normally you could just pull the spinnaker down even if you couldn't get the sock down, but the whole thing was wrapped around the forestay, so we were just kind of screwed. So we ended up twisting up the spinnaker all gnarly, and it ended up working really well. We wrestled it, Malvina ran up to help me, and we wrestled it down into where I could get a handle on it enough and grabbed the whole girth of it, and then just started twisting it all, and it ended up twisting all the way to the top, which made it manageable to get down, but it was still stuck around there, so we had to kind of wiggle it down the whole forestay. It was brutal, pretty gnarly. Yeah, it was blowing like 13 knots or something right then too, so it wasn't easy. And Malvina had just caught a fish, and we're both exhausted because we've been sailing for too long.
Yeah, we just got a fish, the wind started picking up, and it was starting to get dark, and so I was like, we should probably bring the spinnaker down, but we still had a good ways to go, and we're like, we're cruising, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden everything got crazy, but we ended up just untying all the lines, and yeah, there's still a few lines still tangled up there, but we were like, we just need to anchor and go to bed.
Yeah, we need a break from this.
It was like 3 days of sailing pretty much.
It would have almost been better. We're thinking it would have been better to just sail nonstop all the way down here. But we also wanted to check out those places. It was just too rolly at all those places. This is the most protected one, and it's still a bit rolly.
Hindsight's
At the tail
2020.
end of this big swell, the big storm that's been coming down California or coming down the whole West Coast. I think it's the same one that took out the Santa Cruz Pier, and it's been kind of doing damage all the way down the coast.
The damage it's causing us is just lack of sleep. I'll take sleeping a lot better because we got the stern anchor out. And with that stern anchor, we are staying positioned right out to sea, so the waves are just, yeah, not really bobbing us around at all. And today we have had more motivation. We got laundry going, and you know you have an electrician husband when there's more solar panels to install. So here are some of those things. Let's check out the projects we got into today, as well as editing. I'm trying to catch up on editing. What do we have here? We are doing a little mock fit of these 4 semi-flexible. They'll do, but we just kind of sewed them up a little bit like that, crossed them over since they were slightly coming off here. So we kind of decided just to overlap them here and here and there, and we got 4 of them up here, but so far it looks good. And thank goodness we put a few stitchings on and they're not flying away. Here we are in San Juanico. Then it was time to do one of my favorite things in one of my favorite places, and even though the swell had died off, we made the most of these little nuggies coming through. And apologies, this is the first time in a long time I had to surf with the GoPro in my mouth, so I'll do a better job tilting it up a little bit more upright next time. It's fun. Surfing is ocean therapy to me. Soaking in the salt, laughing no matter what is happening is the ultimate reset. So with our souls full, back to more projects, of course. Where's the Dodger? What'd you do?
I ruined it all.
Oh my gosh.
Once again.
I just heard a bunch of drilling out here and I was like, what is he doing? What are you doing?
I am trying to cut like the most precise hole ever for the wire to fit through.
And what is this wire going to?
This is going to our new solar panels. You guys thought we already had solar panels, didn't you?
Tell me that I'm married to an electrician without telling me.
So we got these little semi-flexible, mostly rigid panels that are 100 watts a piece, and we can fit 4 of them across the Dodger. So that should help out a lot, especially with preventer setup and everything. We can swing the boom out over here when we're at anchor, and we'll just have that whole Dodger covered with solar. So extra 400 watts should do us some good.
Yeah, we've noticed that this Dodger is just a lot of empty space. And even though that the boom is right above it, we can always swing that out. And a lot of times at anchor, we swing it out anyways to put the flopper stopper out. So why not throw some extra solar panels on here? And you guys asked for it. You wanted us to do projects in more beautiful places. So here we are. We haven't even gone to land since we arrived here. We just loved hanging out on the boat. And
we walked along that beach, but that was it.
oh yeah, we did. We did go for a walk. And we did go surf, but we did not touch the
I
land.
haven't even seen any other land people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just see people.
People.
I hope everyone had a happy new year. We will, since everything's kind of probably pretty closed right now, we'll go into town tomorrow.
So I was getting a little bit carried away with the 7/32 drill bit, and I bored that out to a 1/4 inch, and this fits just very snug down there. So it's gonna take a little bit of wiggling, but it's pretty good. We'll push it up from the other side, obviously, and then it'll run up here, and then it'll hide under the solar panels here. And then we'll have a 4-way splitter, so they'll all be in parallel. And that'll be that. And these are the times I'm really glad I'm not a solo sailor, because this would be enough to break you after, trying to struggle with this, because you need someone on the other side to push that. You can almost get it, and then it runs away from you. Almost get it, and it runs away from you. It's so frustrating.
That's the only reason why you married me?
That's the only reason she's coming along with me.
Rude.
Come on, I need your help now. I'm just kidding. Thanks for bringing up the dinghy, babe. Look what a great wife I have. What are we doing?
I think just escalated.
We got a convertible.
Well, yeah, we were just feeling like we wanted to have more wind in our hair and just some sunshine on our cheeks. So who needs a Dodger anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. We had a little bit of bird poop and I was trying to clean it off, and just in general, every time I've kind of tried to scrub the top of it, there's been like more little black pebble, like almost stains that start to saturate on the inside of it. So it just looked, it's a pretty new
Kind of
Dodger.
moldy looking, right?
Yeah, it almost looked like little mold. And so I was just trying to scrub it again this morning and it just wasn't working. So Connor escalated things and we took it to a whole nother level.
As I tend to do.
Yeah. We decided to take it fully off. I'm gonna get a bucket and kind of like laundry, just wash the part that's a little yucky.
Look at what a project we have going on around here. This is quite impressive.
Pretty impressive sometimes.
Yes, we have almost no deck space free.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What is happening?
What are you gonna do?
Clean it?
Like put things away?
Yeah.
Well, it's escalated, but it's going pretty well here.
Yeah, we kind of started in our laundry bucket and I didn't want to use a lot of water, so I just used a little bit, but then it's just so much material I would have to fill up that whole entire bucket to clean the whole Dodger out. So I ended up laying it completely out on the deck here and then scrubbing one side and then noticing that it all was kind of falling to the other side, and I feel like it was just going to have the exact same problem. So I had Connor help me now just kind of lay it on its side so everything can kind of drain down. And yeah, scrub this one side. Now, if you don't have one of these on your boat, this was actually a genius idea, Connor. So he originally got this because we realized, when you take a number 2 and sometimes there's just stains on the toilet, it's instead of like flushing it and wasting a whole bunch of water flushing it, he got these, one for each head, to be able to kind of rinse the bowl off, and it ends up saving so much water. And we've started using it for everything now, like just to rinse off things like this. Sometimes if we have bird poop on the deck, I can now use this instead of using a hose, and you know, the hose just squirts so much water. So this is genius. Definitely get yourself one of these. You just press down and then pump it to get some pressure, and voila! Pretty cool.
Good job, Malvinka.
Alright, we're almost ready to flip it and do the same thing to the other side.
Alright, so it's time to try and fix this transmission fluid leak here.
We're not sure if we told you guys this, but yeah, we have a really bad transmission leak.
There's a great video on this if anyone's interested. It's just a Borg-Warner transmission leak. You can YouTube it. It's super easy, but this is what I'm doing. Basically took the little control valve out of there. That's pretty much our shifter. And then I just had to undo a bolt on that side, 3 bolts on this side. This came out. The guy in the video, this is supposed to be a neutral safety switch. There's no such mechanism on this one, so we are without safety here. But that's fine with me. And he said that one of the main kind of causes of transmission leaks on this particular transmission is this little O-ring right here. So luckily I had just bought this whole assortment of O-rings, and I took off the old one, and it does feel a little bit firm, very little elasticity, and kind of might not make that great of a seal. So I put a new one on, and we'll hopefully have at least a little bit less of a transmission leak. I ordered the proper one that's actually meant for this, but for now I think this one looks like it fits better. It's got just a little bit of a overhang here, which usually is what you want for a seal, where the other one was very flush, so it might have just been in there for too long and kind of lost all elasticity. So hopefully this all fits in there. We lose less fluid at least. So we'll put it back together. Sorry, it's pretty tight in there, so I can't bring you guys along. I'm not going to redo it, but when I clicked this in, it really did feel like a little bit more kind of snug. So the guy on the video that I watched had to use a little hammer from the other side to even get this thing out, where with this one on ours, I just pretty much pulled it out. It was way too easy, so there's no way that thing could have been making a very good seal, in my opinion. So hopefully this is doing it.
Good morning from San Juanico. We are fully just enjoying our last few days here, just surfing, projecting, and today there's a farmer's market. So I guess on Fridays they have a farmer's market, and on Fridays there's an Italian family that has this like Italian restaurant that they have just Friday night. So we're gonna try to go find some pizza, maybe some pasta. That's like the theme of our time here in Mexico, I guess, is just either tacos or Italian food. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and what's Connor up to today?
Readjusting our standing rigging, because it's just, we replaced it in Marina Del Rey. Now we've put, how many miles do you think it's been? Maybe...
Well, the whole Baja is like 1,000, so...
Maybe 1,000 at the moment from Marina Del Rey.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Because, yeah, from Catalina and then across, yeah, maybe 1,000 miles. Nautical miles, excuse me.
So, with brand new rigging, it tends to stretch a little bit after a good long sail like that. So, it's probably past due that we did this, but...
Better late than never.
We were supposed to be at 15% of braking strength, and we were at about 8 or 9%. So, had a good amount of tensioning to do. And yeah, rig feels a lot more tight now. We were getting a little bit slack, so we should be good. But with the forestay angle, it's a little bit sharper of an angle than the backstay. So since I can only measure the backstay, I can't go all the way to 15% on that. Instead, I went to about 13% on the backstay, which should be... Hopefully, I'm just estimating here, about 15% on the forestay.
And just enjoying the calmness here. Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't look perfect, but it's a lot better. It's just my last time I could really do this because Connor's gonna add some solar panels here on top. But we got our top back on. These windows definitely now need a good cleaning. Dirty, dirty girl.
Getting in from the boat, and we're gonna head to the farmer's market. Supposedly it's every Friday here, according to Navionics and Google Maps. There's the dinghy, there's the boat, and beautiful coastline here.
And here's Mom.
And a beautiful wife.
And I have shoes today. Yesterday on our walk, I broke my sandals. So take two. We'll see how long these ones last.
We thought we were going 2 for 2 with the towns we've been to with skateboarding, but that one looks a little bit, a little dangerous. Might fall through that.
Like the kids like to say, a little sus. We came to the farmer's market just a little later than we should have. We heard there's a lot of great vendors here, but we got there just before they started to close up. But happily, we got to stock up on some crucial items.
Malvina's in heaven.
This is gonna be our load right here. They got eggs. Cada viernes hay este mercado en San Juanico. Sí, entonces muchísimas gracias.
Just thought I'd share our current solar setup. We had to get a little bit creative because the sun is not out for as long as it used to be in the summertime. Got one side tilted up, and that's pretty much getting almost no shadows on it. Just maybe that little bit of winch shadow, and then a little backstay shadow, and maybe a fishing pole over there. But this one is still getting that full sun with nothing in between it, and just wanted to say that I think the sun is actually reflecting off the water and helping that one out too, because these are both getting pretty much equivalent sun, but we're getting 480 from the starboard side, that side, and then we are getting 270 from the port side, that side. And same exact panel, same exact setup, everything. So
Science rules.
we're looking at almost 4 kilowatt hours today, or more than 4 kilowatt hours now. So chilling.
Come on, Connor. This is our big hike of the day, but this is our second time. Whew.
Getting our workout in.
Good job, babe.
Feeling fit.
So yesterday when we came into town, we were told that there's an Italian couple that does just on Fridays Italian night. So we're on the hunt for pizza or pasta, and we don't really know where to go. All they said was you go to the dirt road for 2 blocks, you take a right, and you follow that dirt road for 4 blocks. You should see a cafe there, and then when you see the cafe, take a left and a right. So hopefully we find it. I had to wear the hat so he wouldn't throw it away. Connor's been very annoyed that I've had this hat for a really long time. He's like, you never wear it.
It's always in the way.
It's my Texas hat. I can't throw it away. It's not going overboard. So I had to wear it today to prove to him that I wear it. And you can see how this place just can go off, like just those lines all around, all coming in. He's gonna try to surf this. I don't know if you guys can see. Here he goes, paddle, paddle, paddle your little heart out. Nice.
See, those are the cool wind turbines.
Yeah.
Vertical axis wind turbines.
They're a bit more better.
Less noisy, and they take up less space, and they generate just as much power. pretty cool.
Here you go.
I like it. That one like wobbles too.
This whole beach, this road just right down here, you used to be able to drive down, and years ago I used to just camp right on the beach here in the van, and I guess they've had a lot of storms and a lot of, I think, a hurricane or two, and it's completely moved and shuffled all the sand out of here. And so it's a little bit barren, so no one really camps here anymore. But there is a bunch of camping out, kind of out here, if you keep taking this road all the way out.
In hindsight, I think we maybe could have beached the dinghy right there instead of all the way down there.
Yeah, that's all right. We like walking, right?
Yeah.
We're getting fit, babe.
We're getting land legs. Look at this cabellera. Hi.
My one outfit, my going out outfit.
Look at the botas.
Yeah, you gotta have good shoe wear. It's called boat wear. You can also wear it to keep your feet warm. I got my favorite overalls. And then it's a little chilly, so you gotta bring a sweater.
And a hat.
And the hat because, you know,
Keep you warm.
Keep your ears warm and slash make sure Connor doesn't grow over that. This is where we come to church on Sunday.
The whale's a little bit shorter now. It lost a vertebrae. And that's a donkey, a scorpion bit. Doesn't that look like a donkey? Yeah.
We're gonna get married right here underneath this little arch.
Again?
Again.
Do you have the ring?
One.
That'll count.
A lot of people had a lot to say about my ring, so my engagement ring is gone.
It's disappeared.
So now
It's nowhere.
Kiss the bride, please. I feel like it's been probably almost a decade since the first time I came here. I've been here a handful of times, but the first time was almost a decade ago, and I came with this darling couple, Maddie and Ingrid, who I met in Encinitas actually, and they were working on their van, and we ended up all caravanning down here. And I'll never forget, we were camped here and hanging out, and the surf was starting to die off, and then everybody left and town. And we were actually out of town, started driving, and then I'll never forget, Maddie and Ingrid pulled over, and I'm like, what's happening? And they get out of their car and they just come up and they're like, why are we leaving? This is the best place in the world. Let's just turn around and go back. Like, there has to be swell, we'll find somewhere else. And we turned around, drove back. And this point that they're surfing right now is we ended up just having the three of us to ourselves, surfing, having the best surf session. We stayed for like another week, having the time of our lives. It's just such a special place. I love this place. Good story?
Good job.
Story time with Mamita.
The first time I found myself in this oasis, there was a sailboat full of guys that were sailing from Santa Barbara to New Zealand. Like any other single girl in her 20s, I asked if they needed more crew. They were open to it, but then the logistics did not fall through. To be here a decade later on my own boat, not having to clean up after a bunch of stinky guys, just one that is my husband, and I'd happily clean his messes 1,000 times over, well, let's just say this is absolutely a dream come true in even a better way than I could have ever imagined.
Abuelitos at play. Abuelita.
Yeah, abuelitas también. Solamente abuelitos.
So we just walked onto a property thinking, oh, this looks like there's music, there's people, and it was someone's house, and but they invited us, and I already forgot the owners of the actual house, but thank you for letting us come by. Connor got a beer, and we just had a lovely conversation, and they have escorted us through their property and to show us the way to where we need to go. And now we're just walking in the complete darkness. And I guess
Hopefully we can find our way back.
far way down. Yeah, I hope so. Here we
A little
go.
bit longer than I was expecting.
Yeah. See, there's light over there. We're just gonna go towards that. Hopefully that's right.
Buongiorno.
You guys, we found it. We walked in the dark for a very long time and I almost gave up.
We left the boat at 5, it's 7.
It took us 2 hours to walk here. The guys that told us about this said, we're like, oh, it's a 15-minute walk.
It probably would have been if we didn't take the roundabout way to get here.
Yeah, we enjoyed the sunset. We were dilly-dallying as we normally do, but we found it and it was just complete darkness for so long. But I can't believe that we found the entrance, because the entrance was just like a little gate and we just like heard people, saw lights, and it could have been another random house we were walking into.
And just keep making friends.
Just going from house to house. Hi, we're looking for dinner.
Are you Italian?
But we're super excited and we're really hungry and we want to order like everything, but I think we're just gonna do the pizza. All right, here we go.
Chef Mattia is from Italy, and he's been making pizza since he was a teenager. And when he came here as a surfer, he actually retrofitted his 4x4 van to deliver pizzas to the party. And he opened this cute little spot, just open on Fridays, that we adored. It was one of the best pizzas we've ever had.
You guys, we just had the funnest night. We have to tell you a little bit about it. At the pizza place, Connor was like really not wanting to walk all that way back.
Yeah, walked 2 hours there.
And we found, as we were walking out, the people that we were surfing with the day before, they were like, oh, just hang out for a little bit, let us finish this. They're pretty much finished with their pizza, so they just needed to pay for their dinner. And then we ended up getting a ride with them, and they were like, let's just stop by the house, had a few drinks at the house, and we're gonna surf with them tomorrow. And then they drove us all the way to the beach. It was the sweetest thing. Yeah, we're feeling very lucky. And now we're hoping our dinghy is still on the beach, because we've been gone for so long. Hopefully the tide hasn't gone up too high and taken the dinghy. You guys, our dinghy, almost got washed away. We're so lucky it didn't. Oh my goodness. Woo, yeah, Connor did put out an anchor.
It's right here. It actually did get wet. I was just like, yeah,
job.
might as well. We'll only be gone for a couple hours, right?
Oh my gosh.
Next up, let's sail through a beautiful night to Bahia Magdalena, where the water gets warmer, the sun shines brighter, and with our rough Spanglish, we donate items to the locals.
Una gorra like esa es nueva. ¿Te gustas?
And are rewarded with some delicious lobster. If you love watching our videos and feel like contributing to our journey, here's our Venmo. Whether it's buying us a beer, maybe a honeymoon gift, or helping to contribute to beautifying Alivo, all donations are truly appreciated and are not taken lightly. Blessings, y'all, and thanks for watching.